Thank you for having me here. I live in Great Lake, but I'm thinking maybe I should move here. It's an honor to be here with you here, and thank you for having me. So as you heard, I was born in Ethiopia. In 1991, during the Civil War, I immigrated to Israel during Operation Solomon, a secret operation that took place secretly in 1991. I can tell you that day, I don't know most of you if you know, but a lot of Ethiopian Jews moved from the north, from the villages to Addis Ababa, hoping one day we're going to make Aliyah. One day we're going to go home. While we were waiting for a long time, the Civil War started. Israel didn't know what to do. The American government was worried about all thousands of Jews waiting to make Aliyah, and all of a sudden, the Civil War taking place, and they had to make a decision. They did a secret negotiation and paid about $34 million for the Ethiopian government to allow us go home. So we wake up in the morning and we were told, leave everything behind and we have to walk to the Israeli embassy. I was just 12 years old. A lot of fears, a lot of unknown. I don't know how it's going to end that day. We left everything, we went to the Israeli embassy, 1,000 people waiting outside, waiting to go inside the Israeli embassy. We were with a lot of concern, long day, no food, no water, and we were fighting to find ourselves. After many, many hours, thanks God, we did finished some paperwork and we were all the way to the airport. And they allow us to go inside jumbo military jets. No seats. As I said, long day, but we were so happy. Finally, the dream will come true. 3 hours and a half, we found ourselves in this beautiful country, Israel. I still remember while we were flying, I saw the light from the plane, a beautiful country full of light. Through that light, I saw my life. I saw my hope. I saw my future. When we exited the plane, my grandparents kissed the ground. My parents kissed the ground and cried. Of course, at 12 years old girl, I did the same things. I kissed the ground and I was crying as well. I saw soldiers helping us. I saw female soldiers. I was so proud. And I said, one day, I will be that soldier. After I finished high school, the beginning was hard. As you can imagine, coming from third world country to modern society and learning new language, new culture, wasn't easy. But I knew this is the place I can really achieve my dreams. And the Israeli government gave me and so many of my families a lot of opportunities. I knew there's no time to cry, to feel alone, to be a new immigrant. I just took every opportunity the government gave me, finished my high school, and then I wanted to serve the Israeli army. So I came to my dad. I told him I'm ready. He said, you ready for what? I said, I'm ready to serve the country. He kind of looked at me, he said, oh my God, look at you. You're so skinny. How come you're gonna serve Israel? There's no way you're gonna go to the Israeli army. He was afraid. I told him, Dad, in this country, everybody's serving. Don't worry, I will be great, I will be good. You have to remember, in my culture, parents, something big. You are not arguing with your parents. Not like this country, my children, I have 7 children. Every time I have to argue. Every time they're no better than me, okay? In my culture, whatever your parents telling you, you have to respect. That was the first time I'm telling my dad, I am going. He was shocked, he couldn't even believe. My mom, I was lucky, she stood next to me, she said, yes, she's going to the army and I'm with her. So I have my mom, so I said, I'm going, okay. My dad was a little bit concerned, and I joined the army, and at the beginning, as many of you maybe know, it's tough, okay? I remember I had to, one hand to hold the gun, and the other hand a heavy, heavy suitcase, and I was very skinny, okay? Even when I did the process of the, before you go into the army, they have to check your height, your weight, and I was a few pounds less, and I told the girl, please, I'm healthy, give me 3 pounds, and everything will be okay. And she did, really she did. But the first few days was we all of us, all the girls, we were in the same situation. We helped each other, and quickly we finished the training. And I went home to see my parents with green uniform, and my dad, and then the M16 gun and weapon. And my dad was so proud, and he said, like, wow. He said, you know what? Don't take the uniform out. I want to call all my friends. I want them to see you. He was so proud, proud dad. And then, of course, I had to wait for his friends to come to see the girl serving the Israeli army. I can tell you, that was the best. Almost 2 years of my life. I think no. Okay. So I can tell you that the year and 9 months, that was the best time of my life. I felt so proud. I felt I'm giving back to the country that gave so much for me and for my community. I felt I'm just part of the Israeli society. It was a beautiful thing to see soldiers from different parts of Israel, immigrants, Russian immigrants, Ethiopian immigrants, and the suburbs. Everybody was there with one goal, to serve and to protect. I learned a lot. During the year, 9 months, and you realize you're just 18, but you have so much responsibilities. Now when I go to Israel to visit, when I see those my nephews in the army, I'm like, oh my God, they're so young, how they can handle all this. It is amazing in the young age. All of a sudden you're responsible. I was responsible fixing all the type of guns you can imagine. I mean, really heavy ones. I couldn't even handle them, but I knew how to operate them. I was helping all the soldiers. So I learned a lot. It's really helped me to be the best person, very strong. It's allowed me to think about my future, to take everything, anything in the future. I'm not afraid of it to try something new. And I also learned, after the army, I have to go to get some education to have a better life. Thanks God, the Israeli government gave me the tuition to do my first degree and master degree in Tel Aviv University. I earned that degree, and then after that, I met my husband, who were born in Ukraine, grew up in the US, came to study medicine, and the rest is history. We have 7 children, I live in Great Neck, but the Israeli army experience is the best, where I learned the most, what helped me to be the person who I am right now, serving the Nassau County residents who believe that little girl from the village of Ethiopia hardly had access to anything in life. All of a sudden, county legislator, can you imagine that? Thank you. I had the opportunity to get elected with the best county executive, Bruce Blakeman. Legislator Howard Capone, who helped me a lot. I learned a lot from you. I want you to know that, and thank you so much. But being a legislator, and one of the things we're trying to do with our county executive, who is hard to really helping everyone and focusing absolutely